189.
Oh, fuck.
187.
Yes, dude. I was like, for a second, I was like, is it 189?
No, 187.
Yeah, dude. Murder.
I get you.
Yeah, now you get it.
Yeah.
New Jack Todd.
I was thinking Snoop Dogg.
I mean, that is true. But I also, when I think 187, I think New Jack coming out with a shirt that said 187. And there was a huge argument the other day on the ECW page I follow on Facebook.
Okay.
They were talking about New Jack being one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Okay.
And the debate was whether or not he was one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
No.
He is not one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's one of the greatest personas of all time.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But his wrestling skill, like...
Hey, it was like coming out of like the Hart Academy in Canada. Like, man, New Jack, great student.
Stu Hart in the dungeon with New Jack.
He's like, dude, he would have killed that old ass man, dude. Kills whole family.
You hear Stu Hart yelling, and then it's silent for 4 hours, and Brett's like, what happened down there?
Dude, next thing you know, just your footsteps coming up the steps. It's just New Jack with a knife to his neck. He's like, nobody move. Nobody move. He did not like the grappling.
Stu Hart's like, unpack your shit. And New Jack's got a Gatling gun. He's like, where did you get that from? Like, I don't know what's happening here.
Dude, New Jack in any wrestling academy immediately goes to knives. So it's like, all right, we're gonna train grappling today.
New Jack's like Tackleberry from Police Academy, only with knives. It's like unpacked. Like, where'd you get this? Like, gift from my mom.
Dude,
like, what the fuck is happening in here?
Yeah, like he just comes in with an OJ jersey, trying to like learn wrestling moves, and they're like, all right. I mean, maybe he put on the right equipment. He's like, fuck you. He's in Jordans.
Like, it's funny. They're
just
like,
picture him doing like Muay Thai and shit like you guys in like Butterly do. Just showing up to like a mall. Strip mall, going into a Muay Thai thing.
Yeah, but he's got a baseball bat. He's just like, I'm going to hit the head.
That's what I mean.
I don't know, guys.
That would be great.
Dude, that would be sick.
Yeah, he was an awful wrestler. I don't think I ever saw him wrestle.
I think there's only two moves that I remember being like, all right, that is technically a wrestling move. One, he would elbow, like almost bionic elbow people, which was like pretty good. And then anytime he took a dive. Anytime he jumped off of somebody.
Oh, dude, I give him credit where credit's due. The guy was a fucking maniac. Dude, he was a showman.
Did it real. But then someone made also made the mistake of coming at my boy. Do not even factor Sabu into this fucking conversation.
Wait, how is that?
Because what they were doing was like, well, New Jack did all these dives, he did all this stuff, and then like they're like, well, Sabu kind of did the same thing. I was like, absolutely fucking not.
No way. Sabu was off the ropes.
Had moves.
Yeah, he was off the ropes all day.
He had things he did. Sabu, whether or not he's the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal madman, he still invented things. Like, sure, he was using a chair.
Yeah.
But the Arabian facebuster is still a move. Air Sabu is still a move. It's like New Jack just came out with garden tools and hit you with them. And it was a domestic disturbance, if anything. I think.
When was this? When was this argument?
This was like 2 days ago. Because someone
were
brought
you
up,
in it, or were you?
No, I was just like looking at.
It?
I was just looking at the comments, and like some of the dudes get really which I also think is
that's in any Facebook group too.
Dude, getting that heated about wrestling is like, what do you do with your life, man?
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it, but it's the same with like when you read comments of like even on podcast comments, you're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Why are you going so hard?
Some lonely dudes out there.
And that's what it sucks too. It's like, you know, like you're like all about like dudes being dudes. I'm like, you're giving dudes a bad name with this fucking. Like, this is what everyone just was like, dudes are fucking weird and dumb and gay and incels. Look at these guys.
That dude rules.
And it's like, what the fuck are these? Who's this? No, those are what I'm saying. The chicks do that all the time. They're like, look at you guys. You're so stupid. It's like, well, you know.
Yeah, please.
I don't know about that. I almost made a shirt the other day that said, not all women. And it had this chick who just murdered all of her children.
You say it's like a picture of Wilt. Just Tim, just like,
I didn't get all of them. Dude, her Wilt with a Pokeball going towards pussy.
They should remake Candyman with Wilt, the porno. Instead of saying Candyman 3 times. You know, it's like
Chamberlain.
Yeah, or it's like a couple other
things. And then a big dick and a silhouette comes in the back and just wraps around it.
Yeah, that comes through the bathroom window.
Dude, what if Wilt Chamberlain came bees?
Oh,
he's like,
dude. Oh, dude.
Shooting bees out of his dick.
Like that huge dude did to Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah.
He made him cum bees. Then he swallowed them. He
Michael
swallowed all of them.
Michael Clark Duncan, Coming Bees would be.
The guy would give you $5 if you knew his name.
What?
While he was alive. If you saw him on the street and said his full name, he'd give you $5.
What?
Yeah.
Who didn't know Michael Clark Duncan?
I think a lot of people knew that guy.
Oh, they
Huge dude.
just knew huge black dude.
Knew him as like, yeah, he's in a ton of stuff. I never remember his name.
I don't know how
I
you.
do that with a ton of people though. Ton of people.
Oh, well, I mean, there are a lot of celebrities. Like, yeah, that guy. I don't know. Like, I almost always forgot Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
You know what's
Every time I
worse?
saw
Is
him.
dudes like I thought I saw Chalky. Last time I was up at fucking New York. I don't know if you've seen Boardwalk Empire. He's a dude. He was also Omar in The Wire.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He died.
He's
He
dead.
recently died,
He's
like
dead.
last
I
year.
can't remember the guy's name either.
But it's because I always knew him as Omar or Chalky. Was so popular too, so it's hard for me to remember the names. But he was a really good actor. But I thought I saw him, but the guy turned and no scar, and that's obviously dead giveaway. But phew, dark dude came out of nowhere. I was like, holy shit, is that Chalky?
Dark. Yeah.
Chalky was a dark dude.
Yeah, man, he's coming out of nowhere, scaring you.
Man, that dude would be
How
terrifying.
dude, how terrified were you?
That's almost like New Jack level terrifying.
That's kind of what I'm getting at too. Is like people are like he's the best wrestler, he's the worst wrestler. I'm like, dude, he's just like a great presence. Like that's
he knew what he had to do.
Can't we all just agree on the fact that New Jack was just terrifying?
Yeah, and early on he kind of found that persona because he had that fight with what's his name, dude with the glasses, Jim Cornette.
Oh, Jim Cornette, yeah, definitely.
They didn't like each other.
No, not
because
at all.
early on
But-
that's when he started that
but
OJ shit. But
Jim
it's like,
Cornette
whatever.
also definitely admitted, he's like, yeah, when I met New Jack, I saw infinite potential, and then I also watched a man walk away from all that potential. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
He had to jump off the mezzanine
He's like,
in South Philly.
I saw a guy who could have been one of the best wrestlers of all time, but like the way he cut promos, I'm like, oh, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
He's like,
what it was, the promos.
That's what it is. He's like, I see what you're doing, and I respect it, but you got to calm it the fuck down. You can't be in Smoky Mountain Wrestling for that much longer talking about white people getting murdered. It's
I
not
wonder if they're going to do an ECW movie.
I fucking hope.
I don't know why they haven't yet.
It's because it's too. You know what I
The
think?
wrestler was kind of like that. Well,
Definitely.
I mean, just the looks of it, not the story, obviously.
I think
Well,
what
guess-
would happen.
I guess it could have been the story for most of them.
I mean,
Living,
at
getting
the
locked
end-
out of a trailer park. It's like, yeah, dude.
I mean,
that
for a
was-
while, that's how the
You think
Sandman was living anyway.
Sandman's living in a fucking shared space somewhere.
He's in a halfway home. He's
Oh,
like, come on,
dude.
man. I
I
can't
hope
be in the
not.
bathroom yet. The guy's still in there shooting up, but I'll let him go. But I think the reason they haven't done an ECW movie is because I think that Vince McMahon would be too in control of it. Because he
Yeah, that'd be
owns
gay.
all of ECW's catalog. It is now known that Paul Heyman was in bed with McMahon for several years while ECW was still against the establishment or the man or whatever. So, like, who knows how fucking lame that movie would be if Vince McMahon is in control of all of it, pulling all the fucking strings. I think it would have to be like a weird independent documentary.
Like
where-
loosely based. or
loosely
whatever.
based where like you'd have that's clearly the Sandman, but he's called something else.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not Tommy Dreamer, it's like, you know, Billy Nightmare or something. It's like something else. It's
Billy
like,
Nightmare's pretty
Billy
good.
Nightmare is pretty good. How good is that though, dude? I just made that up right now, dude. Bill Nightmare? William Nightmare?
I mean, I was just more thinking about who would play who.
Oh, dude, that would be sick too.
Yeah.
Who do you think would play the Sandman? You know who I think would be
My Uncle Larry could, dude. My Uncle Larry looks just like him.
I was gonna say I think a
He
good
doesn't act enough.
a good Sandman, if you, I don't know how tall this actor is,
Yeah.
but if you put weight on him and got
Who?
Sean Penn as the Sandman would
Yeah.
be pretty. Oh, dude, if Chris Penn was still alive,
Yeah, Chris Penn looks
fuck
just like
me,
him.
he would have crushed Sandman.
Yeah, Chris Penn.
Dude, that would have been amazing.
I don't know. Yeah.
Chris
There's
Penn
a lot of people that are like too old to play people. Like
yeah, but I also think of
I would want Van Damme to play Van Damme.
that would be sick. But I
Yeah.
also think it'd be funny to see like really good seasoned actors playing ECW.
Like Nick Nolte as Paul Heyman.
We're gonna be coming out here. The fucking establishment is the worst. I'll tell you one thing about Vince McMahon. He can suck our dicks. Dreamer, get the fuck in the ring. God damn it. New Jack, no more motherfucking weed whackers. Put the gun away.
Weed whackers, dude. Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine having to tell your wrestler that. You have to tell an employee that.
Dude, Jack, is that a fucking bomb? I said no more VX gas. God damn it.
Freaking out.
Dude, just losing it in the fucking locker room would be funny. But I also think it would be, again, it'd be funny to see really seasoned actors take, like Benedict Cumberbatch is like fucking Spike Dudley. Just like, this doesn't even make sense.
He tries to play a dickhead in a couple movies. It does not work. When you look like that and your name is that, you are pretty much, he's like a fancy lad move away from becoming the fucking becoming the flag of the UK. Dude.
Fancy lad move?
Dude,
He's fancy
lad. He's fancy lad
That's
right
a
now.
sick wrestling name.
He is like a fucking pick up the teacup with the pinky wide out. One away from just being like, yes.
You need to stop, dude. I bet he calls his dick the
That
Union
dude can't
Jack.
get any more English. That dude is Union Jack. That's what he should change his name
Union
to.
Jack. I'm surprised there hasn't been a wrestler called Union. There probably has been. There has to have been. Union
Yeah,
Jack.
I guarantee there was.
But dude, imagine New Jack as Union Jack.
Oh, God.
He's like, God save the Queen. Nuke.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, what? I didn't think that was going to happen. But like also seeing, like, I don't know, like Johnny Depp is like fucking Tommy Dreamer. Just like somebody so good at-
Dreamer, I'd make that dude from fucking, he's from Wolf of Wall Street. He's in everything now. He's the pill dealer in Wolf of Wall Street. He started on Walking Dead. Now he's in, like, everything.
I know the guy who played the Punisher.
Punisher,
That
yes.
we can't remember again. Another
That
actor
guy puts
whose name
on a
we
little
can't
bit in the
fucking remember.
face. It looks just like,
Yeah,
I think he'd be a good Dreamer.
Dreamer's good.
nuts.
Yeah.
In his heyday, obviously, going nuts. And that dude gets fucking crazy. I think that dude's crazy in real life.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I wouldn't use any current wrestlers. Fuck that. I wouldn't let any of them in.
No. I mean, the main guys you'd have to cast.
Dude, I'd put Giovanni Ribisi as Spike Dudley.
That's actually a fucking great cast.
Thank you.
That's a good cast.
That's the one I was confident on.
Ribisi.
I've been thinking about that for a couple of years now. But I can't get past that. It's the only cast member I feel confident about.
In your room, you've got all these post-it notes.
Oh.
Like, Giovanni Ribisi as Spike.
Rabis is the only one I feel confident about. Everybody else I've put in this movie, I'm like, no.
Yeah, dude.
Scratch.
It
doesn't. Rabisi's a fucking weirdo.
Dude, you know who'd be a fucking sick Taz?
Who?
The dude who's like getting all that love for being a Moon Knight right now. What the fuck's his name?
Who?
I can't remember. He was in Dune. He was in Ex
Dane.
Machina. He's the guy who develops the robot in Ex Machina.
I haven't seen that movie in a
You
minute.
never, dude.
I've seen it.
I can't remember his name, but like
Whatever.
he would be a good Taz if he put on weight. That's a great Taz. Most of these guys have to put on serious weight.
Yeah.
Like, and also I would love. You know who else would be sick?
Who?
Like seeing Daniel Day-Lewis as the franchise would be fucking. Would just like who? Let D-Day Lou in
It's
here.
Lance Storm.
No, dude, that's just incredible.
for anyone not getting that reference, please look up Daniel Day-Lewis and Lance Storm.
No, actually, that's actually not.
It's the crew cut, dude.
That'd be sick.
Damn.
Or seeing Daniel Day-Lewis as like a really weird one-off, like wrestler that they had there, like
Big Dick Dudley.
Big Dick Dudley, or like the Pitbull Gary Wolf, like coming out in like black, like tight leather and like a fucking dog collar chain. He's like, what the fuck is this about? He's like, yeah, I was one time I was Pitbull Gary Wolf.
Yeah, there's other than Ribisi, I don't think I've ever.
Ribisi's a great cast.
Well, also for Spike, you just need a little scrawny dude with like the hair's going to cover a lot of them
Sure.
and the glasses, and that's it.
Yeah, I just think that
That's the easiest one to cast. I'd cast Wesley Snipes.
Snipes is good. That's the whole thing. It's like finding like these sick black actors to be in. This fucking thing.
Yeah, he's sick.
He's sick. He just never does not Blade. Now he just constantly Blade.
He looks sick. He looks like he
He
fucking
does-
got bit by Blade,
That's
dude.
he does. He did slim down.
Slim. He's got that something like about to get announced slim down, dude. Like we're about to see a headline. That's a fucking whoa.
Remember when you said crane weight? Like,
Yeah.
that's fat. Announced slim is, is the other end of that.
Yep.
Crane weight or announced slim.
Yeah, announced slim is
Announced
fucking.
slim.
You're fucked.
You don't want to be announced.
Nothing good comes from an announced slim. It's always like,
Yeah.
nobody's like,
But also-
he's on a juice cleanse this
Like,
next
no,
6 years.
I've got to make an announcement.
Yeah, he's got something.
Press release slim is not good, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's
No.
why I don't do announcements.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't have the body.
If you were like, guys, I got to tell you something, I'd be like, oh, no, Daniel.
I don't know
What
one
happened?
person in my life that would take that as, yes, this is going to be some good ass news. Every single person in my life, there's women, men, both sides.
Oh, yeah,
Nobody,
dude.
there's no one that's going to be like, yes, I'm so excited. It's like,
Dude,
fuck.
even when my dad would be like, I've got an announcement to make.
All right, I got to tell you something. Right there, it's like, oh, God.
But
damn
even
it.
his good news was like, this is not good news.
What good news?
He's like, guys,
This is
I have an
never good
announcement
news.
to make. I am now a boat owner. I just want to let everyone know that.
My dad would make the announcement if it was good news. He'd fucking jam it down your throat unannounced. Hit the lotto the other day, 258. You catch like the last number. He did. I'll give him, he won like 600 the one time.
That's a sick lotto win, dude.
Huge.
For dads?
Him and my mom were
You lose
jumping
your
up
fucking
and down in
mind.
their room. We thought we won like 10 million. This dude's barely paying the Pico bill. It's like, God damn it, dude. I mean,
that would
it
be
was
sick.
huge.
That's a sick fucking.
I was excited.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how money works, especially when I was a kid. If I saw my parents flipping out
Oh, and that
the
was
lottery,
yeah, I was like a kid.
Yeah,
kid.
dude.
Yeah, I remember that.
I watched my mom lose her mind. Remember when?
I thought you say lose her money. Like at the craps table.
No, that would be awesome.
Harris, 88.
I watched my mom. They used to. She wouldn't play the lottery all the time, but when she did, she would watch. Remember when it would come up like with the Pennsylvania
Yeah.
lottery with the balls,
Sure.
and there was like a dude.
How it has for the whole time.
I don't
it's
know if
ever
they
been
still
allowed.
do that anymore.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
dude.
I didn't see it, but she was watching. And she's like, "Oh my god, we won!" I was like, "We won the lottery," and it was only $25. She like got a
one of the
certain amount
numbers, yeah.
and she was like losing it. I was like, "Oh, we're going to fucking Disney World." She's like, "No, we're going to fucking Save a Lot." And it's gonna be.
Oh yeah,
It's like, damn it!
it's like this money's already spent.
I didn't know what happened here.
Yeah, but it's like
damn
you
it.
see your number, winning the lottery. Come on, It's
Winning the
huge.
lottery would be dope. That's what I'm banking on pretty hard.
Yeah, you got to watch it though in Philly. People are fucking retarded with that money, that free money. I mean, crazy. They made a movie about it with Cusack.
Even what movie?
It was in the 80s when the 2 bags or 3 bags fell off the Brinks truck in South Philly, and this fucking guy grabbed it. And it was totally untraceable. And this fucking idiot just, instead of just being like, okay, let's figure this out, blah, blah, blah. No, spending like an asshole. He's at every bar telling everybody.
No, see, that's retarded.
Ended up eating a bullet.
That's retarded.
It's like, how did that go from there?
If I ever found a bag full of money, one, I don't know, if I found a bag full of money, I don't think I'd take it. If I was like,
I'm taking it.
If I came across a bag full of money, I'd be like, this is a trap. Like, this is a weird trap, or this is mafia money or drug dealer money. Because I've seen No Country for Old Men. I also, to tell you the truth, I would do because
I'd love to see a Philly cigar. I would love to just show up to your house instead of that fucking cattle prong. It's just a fucking tire pump for his beach cruiser that hasn't worked
but
in
it's
2
with the
years.
foot.
Yeah.
He's gonna stomp down on it. It's like, I'll get you. He's like, what's the most you ever lost in a bet, friendo? I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah,
what time
I
do you
would
close
take
around
it.
here?
I would take the money.
I mean, I would do two things.
I'm either taking it immediately or I'm hesitating and walking right past it.
But how much is it? Like,
Yeah, how
are
much
you
is in
able
the
to
bag?
get rid of it?
I mean, if you got to look it up, whatever Cusack in that movie, because it is factual, that movie's crazy because he gets the money. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this was, I think it was either,
And this is in the 80s that this
I
happened?
believe, it might have even been the early 90s.
Man,
His
people were
name.
dumb.
It
But
was
I'm
insane.
just saying, like, there are two things I would do because of movies. One, I would
think the paint thing was in there. I'd be like, dude,
definitely
I'll be pissed.
But I also, too, would dump it out because, one, because of No Country for Old Men, the fucking tracker that was in it, and two, because of Kill Bill, the fucking Black Mamba that was in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think there'd be a snake in that bag.
yeah.
so
ready to kill
he
me.
found 1.2 million.
Damn it.
How long you have for? It's like 6 weeks.
1.2 million
5-day
seconds.
period.
5 days.
Jesus Christ.
I was even worse. I was trying to give him. Yeah, he fucked.
Gee.
Dude, he's in the bars. He's like, don't tell anybody, yo. It's like, what are you doing? You fucking. He's buying the bar. This dude could barely fucking.
Dude, I would never
pay rent.
I wouldn't
and
spend
he's
that money.
buying for the whole neighborhood.
I wouldn't spend that money until like 2 years afterwards.
Also, you're in a neighborhood that is 100% broke.
Yeah.
So when anybody sees money, it's like, what the fuck's he doing? Because everybody's in everyone else's business.
I would
and it's insane. This
Never
dude.
talk about it.
Yeah, fucking retard.
Never
Good
talk
movie,
about
though.
it.
Very good movie. I've always wanted them to remake it. What's
I
it
mean-
called?
Money for nothing.
Money for
Money
Nothing.
for nothing, dude.
If you could open up
Chicks
with
for
fucking.
free.
You don't think that's my scene when that bag hits and I see the
dude,
wind
the
blow it open a
opening
little?
riff
It's like,
of Money for Nothing.
that's
is
how. If
the
I remade
riff.
that movie, I'd star in it, and that would just be my face looking. See that
3 days instead of 5. We're like, it's going out, dude.
one day. I could get it done in 1.5.
What would you-
That's not. That's
what
not
would
a
you
lot
buy
these days.
with 1.5 million in one day? What? How would you go through the day with 1.5?
I just get a car and drive right to fucking AC.
Oh, so you'd gamble it away?
Yeah.
Man,
Why?
that's not
What do you think I'm going to do
That's
with it?
not what I would do.
I'm being realistic here. All right. Now here's the thing. I could lose in 2 bets down in AC after I buy a fucking $100,000
If the
car.
goal was to lose 100 and like 1.5 million, yeah, go to AC.
I mean, I would definitely fucking wash some of it out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just cash it in for chips, whatever. Then cash chips in. You know that. But I would fucking definitely throw down huge bets on shit immediately.
I mean, if I had 1.5 million, I guess to be a weird baller, I would go to Atlantic City and I'd bet like $100,000 on one dumb thing.
That's what I'm talking
Maybe
about.
I'd do that.
Yeah,
but the rest of the money, I wouldn't. As soon as I lost my $100,000, I'd be like, all right, time to go.
Are you
somewhere
saying
else.
you're trying to get rid of it in?
Kind of, and yes and no. Where it's like, if I win though, then I have proof that I was winning a lot of money at the casino, so I don't become a fucking huge suspect of where'd this money go.
Except for when you're walking in with a.
Well, I mean, the initial bet. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't make a huge initial bet because they'll be like, yeah, he won $1 million, but he also made an initial bet of 100,000. So they're still going to be like, where'd you get 100,000 to make the bet? So you got to build it up. And that's
I think
what I would do.
another
and
thing-
along
but-
the way, if I lose it, fuck it.
I think I would try and play every slot machine all at once.
That's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my
Like
life.
all the digital ones is like now, and it's like nah, I lost. I lost it all.
What are you like? It's like a hero for the old people.
Yeah,
You're like
that's
Bruce
exactly-
Willis.
That's right, man.
On the comic, you're like, we win. That's you.
Tell my daughter I love
Hey,
her.
Dottie, we win. Nobody won, did they?
No, we lost it all.
Gerald got his coins
damn it,
back.
You're right, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, just off the top of the dome, yeah, I know. You go extravagant, you buy a fucking jet to somewhere and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't know.
I would see, honestly, if I had $1.5 million, one thing I would
I'd rent out a water park.
That's a sick move. But I would
Yeah.
also see
Full day.
what type of military hardware I could buy with $1.5 million.
Dude, a meeting.
Like a tank?
Like a tank would be sick. Another thing, like just to have, like even though I can't fly a jet, having a fighter jet would be like just funny to have. Like parked on the street.
Oh, just on your,
Just
in your driveway.
On Durford Street. Just like, what is that? Like, yeah, it's an F-16 Raptor. I don't know.
You're like, hey, Rod, you getting that out of here today? Or how long we got to look at this thing? That's my dad, dude. He'd walk out and be like, how long we got to look at this? You know what I mean?
What are you doing with that? Where are you going with that?
My neighbor got a yellow Xterra, the kid.
Yes.
My dad was immediately that morning. He's like, Jesus, you gonna park that there every day? I gotta look at that thing. And he's like,
Bright yellow
pretty
dumb
Oh, it
thing.
was horrible. It was like a Baywatch car.
Dude, that's sick
That's what
as
it was.
hell. Dude, another thing that's like really big in not only in Philadelphia but now getting bigger in my hometown is those slingshot fucking things.
What's
Those
slingshot thing?
Those obnoxious 3-wheeled fucking. They're not motorcycles. They look like go karts.
Oh,
and they
yeah,
just
dude, the
blare
3-wheel
music.
motions?
Yeah, they're fucking ridiculous. I remember there was one parked out front of my parents.
Black Republicans love those things,
Dude.
Seriously,
I think just
look it up.
Black Republicans.
Yeah,
I think
hardcore
every-
Black Republicans love
Black
the
Democrats
3-wheels.
also love it as well. I think Black Independents and Black Green Party
South Street.
people.
That's all it is anymore.
yeah.
I mean, there's still regular bikes and shit, but
dude, those slingshots are fucking
Yeah, those little
everywhere.
mini Batmobiles took over.
And in fact, in my head, I'm just like, how can you afford to have such an impractical fucking?
Those are
one
expensive?
vehicle. I mean, with what them getting souped up with their fucking the ground effects and like the huge speaker. There's got to be like weird options you can get attached onto them. Some of the stuff I've seen, there's like this is like a fucking like a villain's vehicle. This is like a Batmobile for the most part.
They start out at 20
Retard,
grand.
man.
They start out at 20 grand.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
20 grand just base slingshot.
But I know that there's they're all rented.
What?
They're all rented. There's like a there's
that
like
takes
a
the
dealership
allure
that
away.
rents them out.
Oh, that takes the allure away.
That's just like
that's like having a rented jet ski at fucking Wildwood. That sucks,
that's
dude.
what I mean.
I didn't know that.
Because where would they park them, dude? I've never seen them parked anywhere. I've only
Man, imagine if that was your primary day-to-day car.
Yeah, it does make sense that they'd be like stacked up underneath the boardwalk for the winter.
It does make sense why they all have numbers too. It's like you're number 6. Don't go.
How
crazy.
they bring you into the one dude's like riding you. He's like, here we go. It's like, dude, you're a little too much on this thing, man.
He's like, no bumping.
Those guys, I'll tell you who had no fear. Okay, and I'd love to meet up with one, but those guys at the fucking meet up to talk and see what the fuck he does now. It sounded gay as shit when I said that. I'd love to see what this guy's doing right now because I was like, man, his job's gonna be amazing. But there was dudes that used to work the go-karts back in like the mid-90s when I worked up on the Boardwalk in the summers.
Yeah,
those dudes would walk out, and I'm not talking about the kid ones that go around. One summer, the Morris put in, and this is down in South Jersey. They probably put it in other places too. I'm sure people had them. They put in like these upgraded fucking. No joke, you're sitting in a fucking go-kart. And people were like, my kid's allowed in that? So, I don't know what was going on, but, dude, those things fucking flew.
Some go-karts go 40 miles an hour.
Dude, those guys
those are cars
that were setting up the start and the finish, and they'd wheel out the tires and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, they would, like, walk across the track, like, on their phone. Or, like, not on their phone, but you know what I mean? Like, looking at anything else other than this shit, like, zoom, zoom. And he's like, all right, slow it down. Don't get too close, 2 to 6. Like, they're yelling their numbers.
Yeah.
Because if you're too close, you can't bump them.
As if the kids can hear it over a helmet.
Yeah.
And
all they hear is like, ah! You know what I mean?
no.
And I just remember thinking about that.
God.
We'd sit there and, like, we used to steal fucking a bunch of whipped cream bottles from the Cisco truck when we had
and
Sunday
then
nights.
Whip it up, dude.
And we'd sit right there and just watch the dudes. Fucking, their go-karts were right there and we were under the boardwalk just getting fucking whipped up.
Yeah, dude.
But watching these guys, and I remember one night being like, dude, mid-90s, like, fucking carnival guys were nuts.
Those guys were
Man,
no joke.
they'd walk out when, like, the roller coasters would go, and he's like, hey, you chop this.
Dude, I think my favorite carnival guy on the boardwalk is the dude, before it was the paintballs, before it was shooting the guy with the paintballs, it was, there was one guy, I think in Sea Isle, who just, like, you could pay to get a bucket of softballs, like, I guess, like 5 or 6, and throw softballs at a guy. I'm dead serious. And that was his thing. He's like, all right, nothing in the face, you fucking idiots. And it's just like...
Was this on the street?
No, this is on the boardwalk.
I'm saying, like, so he was, like, in a little...
He had his own little booth.
Yeah, booth.
And then, like
the balls couldn't just be flying all over the place.
This was his get. You would walk by and be like, yo, dummy.
Yeah.
Yo, you in the blue shirt, you
I
fucking
knew guys who had to
idiot."
do that, and I talk shit back. It was the
So
funniest
then
thing
you
in the
come
world.
over and he's like, oh, you think you can hit me? Think you can hit me? All right. It's like $10 a bucket. And dude, you'd see dudes lay down 20s, like 2 buckets. And it's like, God.
Oh, they got a girl with them?
Dude, let
Summer
me light this
96,
dude
dude.
up.
So he was a dunk tank clown without the dunk
A
tank?
dunk.
He's like, I'm going to go another level here.
Dude, but it was before the...
I love that he yells nothing in the face.
Dude, it was before
if you
the
give me
paintballs.
softballs, I'm on the boardwalk.
Oh, everyone
I'm
aiming for
hammered.
this.
I'm
That was the thing,
taking
too.
your head off,
The
dude.
guy had a fucking like motorcycle like a full face motorcycle helmet.
Was he Jack Nicholson?
Dude, it was wild. And then
he's wearing a football helmet.
Dude, he's in a suit like Easy Rider.
It's like, not in his face. It's like, why is he wearing a suit?
I was like, what is he doing? He's like, he's taking a lot of LSD. He has no idea what's happening. But dude, I swear to God, and the guy, like, he had like, it almost looked like, the suits that people who were training dogs to like bite, like, police training.
Oh,
suits.
yeah.
He had like a very big like almost looked like a bomb
Like a
disposal.
sumo suit?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a fucking bomb squad suit.
Sure.
And he had a fucking motorcycle helmet, and he would just like, I guess he couldn't like dart around because the suit was super bulky.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he would like kind of move like, you can't hit me. But dude, guys, and they're softballs, so you can't. Like, I mean, I guess you could
I'll
throw
haul a
it
softball.
hard, but like softballs are designed to be underhand thrown, and the way that the thing was at your waist, you couldn't throw it underhand because you'd hit the thing. So like guys are overhand throwing these things that are like too big to go too fast.
Nah.
So like
I'd crow step that fucking thing, dude.
dude,
and
guys
right
were
in
fucking
his neck.
I'll tell you what, guys were fucking wide
I
swinging
would
trying to
have
fucking
ran
hit
off
this
a
dude.
wall like Bo Jackson and sent that home.
Dude.
There's no way I'm not going for this
mean-
guy's fucking head.
I mean, people were hitting him in the head.
Of course.
He also where the plastic visor was.
Yeah.
I guess he fashioned himself. There was like almost like a cage over that, so he could see everything. And
Nope.
it was like, man, this guy thought about this enough, and he's cleaning up.
I'm
But
sure.
he would honestly like you walk by like, yo, pussy.
Yeah, talk shit back to them.
Dude,
You ever do
just
that?
Yelling at him.
You should, because they can't do shit. It's like Glenn Mills when we used to have to play
Oh,
Glenn Mills.
well,
Always, those guys, they talk shit, and we knew them, and they were the corniest dudes in the world. And they'd be like, "Yeah, what's that? Your date, huh? What time she got to be back on the leash?" We'd be like, "What the fuck did you just say, Eric?" He'd be like, "What? Come on, guys." I'm like, dude, how do you fucking talk to women like that, you piece of shit?
That's funny as hell.
And they're just like, all right.
just
come on."
insulting.
He knew us, too. Yeah, we did it all the time. They're fucking idiots, dude.
Hey, nice mustache. Not talking to you, sir. Talking to your lady. Jeez.
My dad told me there was
Look
one
at that.
dude up there for years, since like when he was a kid going down there. He said this dude just never grew up.
Yeah, you don't say.
Not meaning like a Peter Pan complex. I mean like his racist. It was pretty steady his entire life. This is a guy born in the 20s. You know what I mean? He was going
Oh,
out
man.
early 90s at best. And I think he made it to like early 80s or something. I don't know.
Killer.
My dad was like, dude, he'd be up there in the 70s ripping off. Like, you ain't got any money. It's like, whoa.
Everyone hide your wallets. You know what I'm talking about.
One dude, he used to say the one shit. I think it was my aunt told me. The one dude used to yell, like, if they sell a Chinese family, he'd be like, what are you building, the tram car tracks today, huh, honey? 2 for 1. Here we go. God, dude. It's like what?
Dude, it'd be crazy if he had a gong every time. It's like, plong. He's like, you know what I'm talking about, Chin. Whatever. Sorry. What? I'm just trying to get
Thinking
people
of a guy who's
business.
just had enough and he's got to work a day where he's
Yeah,
got
dude.
softballs get tossed. He's like, all right, you fucking fat.
Dude, just
It's like,
losing
Jesus
it on people.
Christ. That's a dangerous job to have a shitty personal
But that's
life.
the whole thing, too.
You have
is
to have
like,
a really good like
Oh,
personal life, and
your home
be-
life's got to be amazing.
You have to have hobbies, like
Seriously.
because this
Or
could
that
set
has
off.
to be your hobby.
That's a guy bringing in an AR. Like this is the day.
Dude.
First headshot. I
I
am
am
fucking.
losing
I'm
it.
cleaning
Dude,
house.
that would be funny, too. He's like, I said no headshots. It's like a gun in his foot. Like, oh, fuck. I told you. You fucking heard me. But that guy with the softballs, I don't know if it was the same guy. Years later, I saw, not in the same space, but the same relative area. It was another guy wearing a big suit like that, but like you could shoot him with a paintball gun.
Yeah, they used to have that
And
at
it was
the
just like,
Flyers
and
games.
it was like a real guy. He's like, yeah, shoot me. I don't know. You suck. We're not. Like, that was it. Like, it's so dejected. Like, it was somebody's stepson who's just like, get out there
I
and
mean,
make
that's
money.
you're a step away from eating a bullet. If you got to get up and go,
Seriously.
like, all right, I'm going to go get hit by paintballs
Yeah,
for
what's
3 hours.
What's your thing today? Oh, I got shot 380 times with a fucking paintball gun.
I mean, I guess if you put in headphones, it's like,
Yeah, whatever. I mean, someone have to guarantee me it's like it won't hurt at all. Like, and you're just done. I'm like, how many hours do I got to do this?
as long as if I had another guy that would help with the guns, because you know some kid's going to jam them up or
Yeah,
fuck it up, and I
yeah.
don't have to
I don't have to
break
deal with
my
the
stride,
guns.
I'd have a sick playlist. I'd be miles away from reality.
Damn.
I could do it. You get me moving. I'm in there killing it. But yeah, I'm putting on Africa Bambata.
It's like, what's going on in there? That guy's having a great time.
They can't touch me though. I just turn into the world's best. I'm like, oh, what?
But you're like,
I hit the split. I'm like, what?
You walk away like,
that would be sick to piss people off.
dude. If you were roboting so hard that no one could hit you, that would be the sickest way to.
I give him credit because I never wanted to do that. I worked on the pier for years, and I never wanted to do any of the games. Interacting with people was not my thing.
I just don't.
I did not. The tourists is just, it's brutal. Just hearing them order food was enough for me.
Yeah.
To see what these idiots. My buddy Keith, I got him a job and bitched and cried and quit after one fucking weekend. Piece of shit. Dude, first day he was like that kid. He's like, yo, man, I don't know if I can do this. It's like you're doing ring toss.
Yeah, dude.
I got him on the ring toss. He's like, yeah, but like, there's so many rings. I'm like, yeah. I go, dude, you have ran out of excuses to not work.
Wait,
I swear to God.
Wait a minute, what?
He was pissed because he was constantly cleaning up rings. I go, he was like, why is there so many? I go, what did you want? One ring? You're going to retrieve it after each throw? Toss them out, dude. And he did Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday night.
Then again, man, you don't get any pussy as the ring toss guy.
Dude,
that's
bullshit. Now,
level,
I know fucking
dude.
dudes that worked way worse games that were getting pussy, dude. Guaranteed. If you work on the pier, you
I
can
guess
turn
you're getting
pussy.
if you're
Fuck
like
that.
one if you're good looking enough and maybe like charming enough, doesn't matter what game you're working. But if you're like a dude who's like, yo, dude, I'm trying to get fucking laid here. Oh, I'm at the fucking ring toss.
Arcade guys don't get laid. You're fucked if you're in the arcade.
That's too much stimulation going on. You're not one on one.
Also, I don't think those guys really care.
No, probably not. Gallica's calling.
We need quarters.
Quartermasters, dude, those guys also sucked.
My buddy brought one in. He had one, and he brought it into the arcade. It fucking blew their minds. So, like, hey, what the hell?
There was a dude at the Coventry Mall.
Unauthorized coin changer, dude. Fucking.
Oh, man.
They went cross-eyed.
There was a couple guys when I worked at the Coventry Mall.
Yeah.
They were like at Penny Arcade, which was the name of the fucking place. They would go in there and they would have two like holsters full of quarters with the things, and they got arrested a few times or like escorted because they had at the Penny Arcade a dude who was in charge of changing out coins. Those guys would come in and they'd do it and they'd like make. Like they would also like charge you like a quarter for like whatever or some shit, but they had slugs. In their quarter thing, so like they were purposely just selling these kids fake fucking shit, and they got busted a few times, but they would still show up and like you'd see them in their cars like divvying out like
that's a hard ass hustle,
wild.
Dude. Damn, you gotta be a fucking loser to be doing that shit.
But there was a couple of dudes that like that was their life. You'd see them all the time, and you wouldn't only see them at the Coventry Mall. You'd see them at like fucking Plymouth Meeting. You'd see them at like different places.
Dude.
You're like, man,
you gotta spread it out.
They're just like
can't just
going
hit one
all
place over and
over,
over.
man.
We had Aladdin's Castle.
Aladdin's Castle.
Aladdin's Castle is sick.
Place.
Yeah.
Sick as fuck.
I mean, dude, even the shore arcades, I didn't really like. I got tired of them quick because I played them at such a young age. You know what I mean? And then I was always up there, so I never. There was only like one thing I wanted to win. There was like a I don't know. I forget what it was. It was like some kind of fucking like 5-disc CD player. It was like 96. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a big deal. And I was like, and I knew the dude working. It was like 918,000 tickets. And I was like, dude, let me ask you this.
Dude, there's
I started really figuring out how many tickets you could get to those things. It's insane how much money you actually have to spend.
There's like a couple people that like I'm never gonna say
so funny.
I'm never gonna say Dave and Buster's is a sad place.
It is.
What I'm going to say is when you see something at Dave and Buster's that is so sad, the whole vibe, like when you see one lonely older man at a thing with like tickets overflowing all over the place, just constantly feeding. Like that.
Yeah, when he's there because the necessity, like he's getting bread with his tickets. It's like I don't know if you can get
fucking wild. You're just like, what are you doing? And you know he's saving up to get like the biggest prize. He's got like 1 million tickets, and he's just like playing that thing that goes around and you stop it.
I'm good at that though,
dude. Watching this one guy, I was like, man, you can say whatever you want about this guy. He's hitting fucking jackpots and playing it because the jackpots have to reset. So, like, you got to let it go a little bit. You got to let it go until the jackpot gets big, and then you hit it. And it's like, man, this guy has a whole formula, and he's definitely getting that Xbox. Like, he's doing it.
Those dudes that do that and sit in there, and, like, that's what they get for fucking, like, as a family gift.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, how much money did you spend?
I'm pretty sure I've been the recipient of a few fucking ticket holders' gifts Christmas.
That's sick.
No bag, nothing wrapped.
Oh,
just in a bag that's like, it says Brian. I'm like, okay.
That's sick.
And then you open it up and it's just, a thing of Jacks. Like, all right, not a good day.
And those hard erasers that don't erase anything.
They just
You're
break.
like, what is that?
Yeah.
Ice cream cone? No thanks, dude. It's like one of those weird food erasers. Like, this would never do anything.
When my grandfather gave me a Sega Genesis, it still had the cords in the back connected to it. So I know he stole it from someone.
Yeah.
The Sega I got was definitely stolen. The box didn't have the top part of the lid. Like where it opens and flap, that was missing completely, and it was just clear taped shut. I was like, hell yeah, dude. I didn't even question it. I was like, oh, I got it. I got a Sega. I was so pumped.
Yeah. Off the Chalk was big in my family. Not like that, not in like lame way. Like literally the meaning, like if you go to Best Buy, there's always going to be those ones out front with like the box. My dad is all over them. He's like, what's the difference? And I'm like, I don't want something that fucking...
Yeah.
Just give me it. I'm going to get a new one.
Dude, the fucking yellow sticker, red sticker, anytime we were ever anywhere. Like that, my dad lived for that shit at Best Buy.
Lived in him.
Dude, he was like, that's a good box. I like that.
Right, I come for the box.
Here's the
stay
thing.
for the tech.
Here's the thing. I get the TV, amazing. Also, I lay down. I have my own new house.
He's got a fort. He thinks they're forts that come with him. He's like, my fort collection is getting nice. Tell you that.
If I went in my dad's
I was a
house
gambler, man.
and he had a box for it, he's like, Rye, welcome to Fort Thomas. Hello.
No girls allowed.
Read the rules. First rule, no chicks. They fuck this place up. Second, gummy worms are currency here.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't know that, Dad.
What do we have? This is something I was thinking about the other day. This is weird. Have you guys noticed that in porn, when dudes are doing anal, they ask the chick where his dick is a lot lately? They're always like, where's my dick at?
Oh.
And they have to say, in my ass.
I get what you're saying.
It is the lamest shit I've ever heard in my... Dude, why? If there's anyone, she knows. She knows where it's at.
Well, it's because, I guess...
I get it. It's like, the dominating...
I guess it's also like the thing,
she's like, not in.
asking, you like that?
Yes.
It's like that
Sure.
for him, too, but it's like, where's my dick? And she's like... If she was like, in my ass? You'd be like, all right, I guess I'm going to get that out of her. If honestly,
you're not getting it.
If I asked them, I'm like, oh, where's my dick? And she's like...
She's like, it's in my anus, you're good.
Or if I heard a...
almost.
Well, I guess...
She's like, it's in my cheek. You keep pressing against my cheek.
Yeah. Actually, you formed a new hole in between my pussy and asshole.
He's in the knee.
Yeah. Like, you like that? Where's my fucking dick? She's like, in between my big toe and my ring toe?
He's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I've never done sex.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird trend. I've noticed it.
I mean, it's funny because you say that. I've also seen porn where a chick is like licking a dude's butt, and he's like, "What are you doing back there?" She's like, "I'm licking your butt." He's like, "Goddamn right, you're licking butt." It's like, what are you talking about?
Somebody ended with I am very afraid. I'm new to this.
What are you doing?
I'm not gay.
I had no idea. He's like, well, this is a new experience. I did not know what I was signing up for. Where's my dick at? It's in my ass.
That's it. They love it. They love asking.
Dude, it's just a funny... It'd be funny if he was asking other things, too. He's like, where's my dick at? She's like, it's in my ass. Like, also, where'd I put my keys?
I knew I put it down next to my wallet.
Also, have you done your taxes yet? Where's my dick at? In your ass?
Where's my refund?
Just also interrogating. He's like, where's my dick at? In your ass? Also, did you eat the last donut this morning? You bitch. Where's my croissant? You whore.
Yeah.
You fucking little
Guys
bitch.
could slip it in there.
I don't know why you haven't, dude. I used to say funny shit during sex all the time.
Yeah. We've talked about this. Well, more stuff that I've ever heard or say, it was always randomly. It wasn't meant to. That somebody just said something retarded. You know what I mean? It was like, oh.
Oh, man.
Not purposely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people trying to be sexy is always funnier than purposely trying to...
I don't know. Sometimes it fails a lot. It's like when you do crowd work at a show and people try to be funny and they just don't answer the fucking question.
Yeah, they don't
or
get
just
it.
give you a straight answer and they're just like, well, let me ask you this: where's my dick?
It's like I'm like
you're putting it in my ass.
Most
You're
of
to
the-
tell a joke.
most of the questions
you
during
continue
sex-
with the joke. You are fucking me in the ass. God damn it! Just answer the fuck.
Well, also most of the questions I ask during sex are rhetorical. Like it's just like I don't need the answer.
Retardical.
Like I don't need. It's like yeah, you like that? Like yeah, I know you're like you haven't stopped me. I'm assuming you do.
Yeah, she's not going to give you an eh.
Yeah, I mean, or I'll just get anytime somebody hasn't liked it, it's a hard stop.
Yeah.
Like don't do that.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I guess I won't.
Good.
I guess I. But I mean, there have also been times where I've been asked, "Do you like that?" and I've gone with it. You ever do that?
No, what do you mean?
Like something is happening that you're not really a big fan of, but you're going with because you don't want to ruin the mood.
Okay.
Like one
Yeah, I know what you
time,
mean.
I was hooking up with some chick, and she was sucking my balls, like isolated one ball.
Oh yeah, you've talked about this,
Dude, that type of shit is like
Yeah, well, that's a confusing moment for both of you, I think.
because she's just like, you like
Because
that?
she's like, I've gone this far with the one. Do I stay on the one and just
I
Cadbury
just don't
egg
know
this thing?
like if it's my attitude or like my demeanor that I like. What about me says that I would like one of my balls being sucked?
But she's
possibly.
testing the waters. She's she's trying to float some eggs.
I'm
in her
trying to
mouth.
break some eggs. I'll tell you that much. She's trying to make an omelet, dude.
She's trying to suck the three egg omelet out of your
It's not
nutsack.
gonna happen. That tuna omelet is going one place and one place only, and it's going in your ass. You like that? You like
Where's
that?
my dick?
Where's my tuna omelet? Is it in your
Not
ass?
on the table.
Is it coming out of your ass? It's your poop.
That's literally my one note I wrote down. I thought I had more. Yeah, what's with the anal craze and where my dick is? That hit big when I
What's
put
with
it down.
the anal craze? What's with
I
it?
put that down. I was like, that's enough for
Damn,
the
that's
entire
a-
week.
That's a good note, though. That's a good note. I mean, in the way that, like,
Nothing's gonna top that.
I mean, there are also porn I watch where it's like, you chicks will be like, oh, what am I doing? It's like, oh, you ready to drink all this bukkake? And they're like,
Isn't bukkake an act? It's not.
So like the whole thing is like I've seen porn where like all the dudes come in a bowl.
Oh, got you.
And then they like dump it on the
Oh,
chick,
wow.
which is like kind of like
Feeding time.
it's weird.
Yeah,
but
you don't
like,
say.
I just think it would be funny during one of those bukkake porns if they were like, "You ready for this bowl of cum?" And they're like, "No."
Yeah, it's like, oh, that is not.
It's just like, can I actually?
That does not agree with
or
me.
just see a woman get a spoon and be like, "I don't know what I."
Just like, not today.
Or dude, a bunch of dudes coming in a bowl about to feed it to a chick, and then a guy comes out of nowhere with a pepper grinder, and it's just like,
Say when.
Like, sometimes you watch a porn and like it's a chick.
Instead of a pepper grinders, it's a black dick.
Yeah.
He's just grinding more
He's
common.
like,
It's just that dude on the end of the bed.
he's got one of the fucking the towels over his arm, like in a fresh ground to come.
Oh.
But I think it would be funny to just see a chick like in the middle of a bukkake, be like, "Stop! There's not enough like,
Hammer time.
I need some rosemary in this." That would
Yeah.
be, just putting ingredients is like, look, I'm trying to like make
Cinnamon.
it nice for you. Is that turmeric? Is
Yeah, dude.
that turmeric? I need
Yeah, I
that.
remember writing that note down. I was like, I don't think I'm going to top that.
Did you? What time did you write that note down? What's the timestamp on that?
There is no timestamp. I have no idea.
So this is pretty neat. So where I work, I'm now in charge of doing the board that says what the oysters are.
Oh, right.
So like now I'll put like a weird quote underneath the fucking
Okay.
board. And the first time I did it, I put like Andre the Giant ate 22 oysters in one sitting. Mm-hmm. Which is like a fun fact, and it's super gross because everyone's like, "Did he really do it?" I'm like, "Yes, he did." And I was like, "Also,
22?
22 dozen, 22 dozen."
Oh, God. I was going to say
22 dozen.
22 I
oysters.
could easily do.
22 dozen oysters in one sitting.
Yeah, that's not human.
Do you know how many oysters that is?
I know everything about
It's
seafood.
22 dozen.
And that's disgusting.
And that was also, apparently, that 22 dozen was connected to the plane flight where he crapped in all the blankets up in first class
When he put the tarp down.
when he put the tarp down and crapped. And like, I told people that they're like I was gonna put that on the board too. He's like, and then he crapped crazy. But
how did he roll? You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean?
When you start duking on a tarp on the plane, it's not even, dude. Like something might have rolled, like a wine bottle. You know what I mean? Like if you're sitting there, coach, you saw a huge turd rolling back.
Andre the Giant getting up to go poop in first class.
Dude, you know what I think they did? I've thought about this, and not to cut you off from you talking about the facts or the quotes you're writing.
Doesn't
but
matter.
I wanted to bring this up. I've always thought about that. When I heard the first time that Andre Giant duked out in first class and just put a tarp down, there's no way he went flat with it. Because, dude, he's squatting, it's flat. Great. Yeah, he's crapping on a tarp, but the tarp is flat as well. So if that plane moves an inch. You're going to see a couple wine bottles come floating back. So I'm thinking they took the where the armrests are between four chairs, and he stood over it and kind of papoosed this thing.
I got you. But I also think when I hear that he had that it was a tarp, I want to think it was Andre being like, "Yo, I have to crop," and then opening up his jacket, just throwing that tarp. I was like, "What's that?" But I was like, "I'm taking a shit."
Oh.
It's like, damn it.
Anyway,
damn it, Dre.
So, yeah, he ate 22 oysters. 22 dozen oysters.
22 dozen oysters.
Right.
But the thing is, when I put that quote up, not everybody noticed it. Like, actually, people just walked. Nobody even acknowledged it until it was like, at the end of the shift, they were like, what's that say? Who the fuck? I was like, oh, I did that. They're like, oh, well, now you got to do it every time. So I've just been seeing what I can do to get it, because nobody acknowledges it.
And you're just looking up facts about oysters?
Or just anything.
Okay.
I'm just putting it, but then the other one I put up the other day that again nobody knows.
Do you know the moon controls the tides? Like you just put up any fact?
No, man. I just put something up there, but I realized that no one looks. So the other day I put up like John Lennon never ate any oysters, and look what happened to him. It's still up from what I know.
Look what happened to him.
I was like, John Lennon never ate any
It's
oysters.
like a fucking uncle trying to get you to finish your food.
Seriously.
John Lennon didn't finish his oysters.
Look what happened.
Eh?
Dude, I put it up, and I was laughing. I was like, wait, somebody's going to see that. Somebody's going to see that. Yeah,
dude, of
they're going to ask me to take it down. Nobody said, dude, it's still up. It's still on the board. In this fine dining restaurant.
Yeah, you gotta get a picture of that. Just like, here we go.
I'm just trying to see how long or what other ones I can fucking. I'm trying to think of like what other weird dumb shit I can put on the fucking.
Dude, here's
thing.
what you do. Just get Billy and Spud in a text thread and be like, just feed me facts to put up there. Just start putting war mode facts underneath the oyster specials daily. Just don't even quote them or write war mode or Billy's. Just get fact. I guarantee you have plenty of quotes every single day. You could do like 6
I'm
in a
just
day.
putting up like false flag operations.
Oh my god! If
like Gulf of Tonkin.
If you snuck
Gulf
war
Sea
mode
oyster.
into your fine dining restaurant under the oyster specials, it would be next level.
I think it would be so funny to put up fucking like just random conspiracy theory facts. It's like back and to the left, not on this watch. Also, hollandaise sauce on the fucking.
You have like a in chalk detailed drawing of Dealey Plaza with like a bullet diagram. You're like, also little necks on special.
Yeah, I'm like Hampton Bay oysters. Also, 9/11 never happened.
That would be fucking sick. That's what you should get though. I know what you're talking about. Like those little like. Who used to do that? Like Nantucket Nectars used to have like
little factoids,
which I hate because like I like random facts like that, but a lot of their shit was lame. And I follow a couple Twitter pages that have really good.
Yeah, there is also apparently the Snabble facts. Remember when that controversy came out that they weren't really facts?
Yeah,
which is like. I don't know why I cared so much, but I was like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, one just said like believe in science. I was like, what is happening?
Like, you cocksuckers. How dare you?
This says fuck the white man. I'm like, all right, jeez. That's not, I mean, Christ.
I don't know if that constitutes as a fact, Snapple.
Last time I'm getting passion fruit, dude.
I'll tell you what, never pressed apple ever again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
I just think, like, again, like, I've been trying to think of, like, other crap I can just put on.
I would just do that.
No
just put up fucking, just get Billy and Spud on the wire and fucking have them feed you facts. Just nothing else will be as good. And that's a good conversation for people at it's a good conversation starter. Let's talk about it. What happened to that flight?
Let's talk about
Let's talk about that morning at the Pentagon. I mean, I don't know. I didn't
Were
see
you
any
there?
plane scraps. Did
I don't
you?
know. I'm just saying, you trying to tell me that
Did you see a plane crash like that before?
a Boeing 747 left no debris?
Dude, you just start fights with couples with conspiracy theories.
No, but I also start fights with couples. Like I just put on the board, she's cheating on you.
you're like
I'm like, I don't know, dude. It's up on the board.
You're like table 12. Yeah, she did it.
Table 23. He does have cancer. Sorry, that's
Table 8. You are the father. Just a picture of Maury.
Dude, if I just put the results are in, you're the father.
Every guy there would be like,
like,
what?
what?
What
Like-
table's that for?
Or no, if I put, you know, it would be great.
Right.
Just putting on the board, Linda, will you marry me? And then someone's like, what's that? I was like, actually, they never showed up. It's just like waiting. It's like hopefully that like somebody realizes it, or just getting the most common woman name and seeing them on a.
You should leave it up there like kind of smudged. And you're like, what was that? Be like, you don't want to know.
So,
Not a great night for Gary.
Gary is.
You might have read about it. You had to leave it up there for
Or
evidence.
just putting on there R.I.P. Gary. It's like
Just
what
write in blood help. Feel like I don't know. I don't think that's a special. It's been up there.
So here's the thing.
I'm not actually in charge of the board.
So the walls bleed at night. I don't know what's happening here.
It says get out. Just in fingers. glued on
Never return. It's
there. That
like,
would be
God.
fucking hysterical.
This place is a wacky
You're like,
restaurant.
our oysters are haunted.
Spooky oysters. They're disgusting. I don't know.
I would do that just every day.
Yeah, I don't know. I just the funny thing is nobody noticed, and that's what I was like. This is funny
Unless
because
it's like in front or on top of the bar. Like I know a lot of bars have the chalkboard on
It's
top.
to the side, but it's so benign. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not a chalkboard. It's one of those things. It's like the plastic lettering.
Okay.
It's just like plastic letters on like almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on a bulletin board thing, and like
I don't know.
nobody. I couldn't believe nobody noticed the John Lennon thing, and like I was waiting to get reprimanded. I was like, hell yeah, dude! I'm gonna get in trouble. Maybe I don't know. No one cares.
Yeah, but still, I mean, is it a fact? Did they know?
I was like, hey, you never ate.
Technically, if you never ate them, you're not wrong.
Someone get Chapman on the phone. He knew
You're not
all
saying
about
it will happen. You will get shot by a crazy fan if you don't eat oysters, but it did happen
We're not taking
to someone who did not eat oysters. So you're not lying. That was the outcome of John Lennon. Why was it because of not eating oysters? Now we're talking. The juices are flowing at the conversation.
Now we're asking some questions.
You're doing the Lord's work. There's going to be awkward conversations to be had at your fucking fine dining space. And why wouldn't you start off with like, here's the thing about Hinckley. Not a bad guy.
Let's break some ice here.
Where are you with it? Let's
How
get
do you
around.
feel about John Hinckley?
So,
Sure,
dude, the drinks are flowing. You're getting to know your people at your table a lot better than you would with
Or
what
just-
do you do for a
The
living.
next one just says Jodie Foster's a bitch. Ask me why. I'll tell you why. Hinckley's getting a bad
Just
rap.
says like, don't get me started on gender. Your place will be fucking. People will be going just for the fucking topics to discuss. Dude. They don't want your fucking shitty oysters.
Don't get me started on gender. That's all it says. Don't get me started on gender. Someone's like, how's the steak frites? I'm like, don't get me fucking. I'll tell you what.
Don't get me fucking started.
Everything just goes to that. They're
Can I
like,
swap the baked potato out for a salad? Are you getting me started on gender? Fucking bitch.
high
What?
school sports is an institution. Let me tell you something. I'm tired of watching people just walk into whatever
Dude,
they
just
want.
write something like you're ruining sports.
Oh, man.
Don't specify who, and then the argument just will be a fucking 3-week long. Who is it? No one will know.
Or dude, I just put you're bringing down my property value. It's like, yeah, you fucking know who it is. We're asking the right questions here. Who? Oh, you know who.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Or just like, you know what I'm talking about underneath that. Just
know what I mean?
you know what I mean.
That's what I mean. Restaurants should be doing that. That's a big thing.
Is this a vague...
Anytime.
Yeah.
If it was just, if you were sitting there at an awkward table and you just look over, you're like, did anybody else notice this chalkboard where it says, you're the reason dad drinks? It's like, whoa, they talking? Because I had a little bit of a rocky, how about you guys? And now you're in your childhood. Now you learn who that person is.
Mark. It's like, oh, man.
I mean, I spell it with a C, but same name.
That's speaking to me, man.
My name's Mike.
It's like reading. It's like reading your horoscope. Be like, they are spot on. It's like, how do they
dude,
do that?
You will jump so many steps in a possible friendship or just knowing you're never going to talk to that person ever again with those kind of conversations.
Dude, it would be so
you don't have
funny.
to do the bullshit hang. Just right to it. Where do you stand on 9/11? Like, good, bad.
Just like, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
It's a yes or a no.
Holocaust. Accurate. Let's get it all out. Let's get all this shit out.
I was like, we've got a lot of oysters, but 6 million seems a little overflated, right? Am I right? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
That's the name of the restaurant. You know what I'm talking
An
about.
inflated number.
Dude, I would have Alex Jones in there like fucking Norm and Cheers.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
just coming in like, Alex.
It's like, you know what I'm talking about?
He's like, how's it going, Mr. Jones? Well, the Jews can still control the media. Pass me a beer, Woody.
Why don't you fill me up and I'll tell you about Sandy Hook. Jeez. Oh,
Women can't live with him. Who did Sandy Hook? Dude, if Alex Jones was Norm.
or did I just put on the board crisis actors ? I'm like, think about it.
Oh my god, dude. That's a show I'd watch.
Yeah, that's a
bar I'd hang out in.
That's a see, that's
There's
the
no
problem.
bars in Philly that I hang out
asking
in.
questions anymore.
There hasn't been. I don't want to get into that. There's not a bar in Philadelphia that I like hanging out at anymore. It sucks.
Yeah,
Fucking sucks.
I'm also kind of bummed they.
But I'm also glad I don't hang out at bars like that.
Sure. But I'm also bummed that, like, even there are certain bars that they either overturned or lost their smoking license. I'm actually really bummed about that. I thought that was like
Smoking cigarettes? Who?
inside. Brownies did.
Oh.
You can't smoke in Brownies
Was it
anymore.
just Brownies and
It was
McGlinchey's?
Brownies, McGlinchey's, and Ray's Happy Birthday Bar. I don't think you can smoke in Ray's anymore.
What?
I don't think
That's the
you
only
can.
reason anybody went there.
The handlebar.
Oh, you can still smoke in the handle?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's great. And I know McGlinchey's was fucking... They were dancing a little too close to the edge because after the lockdown happened and they came back, they were allowing people to smoke cigars in there. And that was like... They never did that
All right,
before.
well, nobody cares about this.
Never mind.
All right. That was good, right? Yeah.